Welcome to Cephastock Movie Recaps. Today we journey into The Witcher Season 2. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't, let us know where you're watching from and share your thoughts in the comments. We truly appreciate your support, dear friend, thank you.
Calm, girl!
For those interested in learning how I create these movie recaps, you'll find a step-by-step masterclass link in the description. The series begins amidst the blistering cold and falling snow in the dead of night.
Hello?
A merchant and his family seek shelter, only to meet a tragic end at the hands of an unknown flying creature, swift and terrifyingly strong. At Soden Hill, thousands lie dead with only a few left standing. Among the survivors, Tissaia frantically searches for Yennefer, delving into the final memories of the fallen.
You won't find her in your visions.
Vilgefortz urges her to accept that Yennefer is gone, but Tissaia refuses to believe it, still calling out for her lost protege. Instead of Yennefer, she encounters Geralt and Ciri.
I've seen this.
Ciri reveals she foresaw this moment in a vision. When Geralt demands news of Yennefer, Tissaia admits she cannot find her. Though they have technically won, Geralt wonders aloud if such victory was worth the cost.
She's gone now.
In the frozen wilderness, Geralt and Ciri press on through sleepless nights haunted by disturbing dreams. Ciri recalls one where a black night carries her as Cintra burns, leaving her helpless.
Cintra is burning.
She asks Geralt how the law of surprise bound their fates together.
I saved your father's life.
He explains it was repayment for saving her father's life, back when her grandmother opposed her mother's marriage to an outsider.
Your father didn't know what he was giving up.
He reassures her that her father never knew what he was giving up. When Ciri suggests finding refuge in Skellige,
Cintra isn't safe for you anymore.
Geralt warns she would only become a prize for lords eager to claim her throne through marriage. Elsewhere, Triss lies gravely wounded from the Battle of Soden.
Stay with us!
She convulses in agony, but with the combined efforts of Tissaia, Vilgefortz, and Artorias, her life is saved.
There is no sign of Yennefer.
Tissaia, however, fears that Yennefer is truly lost. Fringilla, once at the front leading the Nilfgaardian assault, has cast aside all restraint and rules of chaos. Though the mages have won the battle and captured a prisoner, none have managed to break him, something Tissaia intends to change.
If I can have time with him.
Far away, Yennefer awakens shackled beneath a tree, a prisoner of Fringilla and the remnants of her Nilfgaardian forces. Meanwhile, Geralt explains to Ciri that Kaer Morhen is where witchers retreat during the winter, to heal, repair their armor, and brew new elixirs.
How come I've never heard of it?
It is the only home he has ever known. They keep it secret after a devastating attack long ago, when Geralt was still a boy, that nearly wiped them all out. Ciri reminisces about her childhood in Cintra, when she would disguise herself as a boy just to play knucklebones. Their journey halts when they discover a mutilated deer on the path. When Roach becomes restless, Geralt soothes her with the Axii sign, then examines the carcass, cutting a small piece to test what might have caused its death.
We should keep moving.
They soon reach a village eerily silent, devoid of guards and even barking dogs.
There are no barking dogs either.
Seeking shelter, Geralt leads Ciri to a nearby manor belonging to an old friend. But as they approach, the doors and windows slam shut, and a monstrous figure bursts forth, knocking Geralt to the ground.
Geralt!
To his astonishment, the creature is Nivellen,
Yeah.
But I could say the same of you.
an old friend cursed into a beastly form. Nivellen welcomes them inside and conjures a warm bath for Ciri. While she cleans up, Geralt and Nivellen share memories over wine. It's been 13 winters since they last met.
But I do need to know that she's safe here.
When Ciri finishes her bath, she finds a white gown laid out for her, assuming it was left by Nivellen. Unbeknownst to her, a pair of unseen eyes watches from a hole in the ceiling above. Later, at dinner, Nivellen magically conjures a feast.
Roast citizens, seat shuffle!
Ciri, curious, asks how he and Geralt first met.
Clara Woods or Wyvern in the
Nivellen recalls that years ago, Geralt was hired by his father to clear wyverns from their lands. Hoping to earn his father's approval, Nivellen foolishly tried to slay one himself, only to fall into its lair. Geralt saved his life, slew the creature, and even gave Nivellen the head, telling his father the young man had done it himself, the only moment his father ever looked at him with pride. When Geralt asks about his curse, Nivellen admits he fell in with the wrong company and desecrated the temple of the lion-head spider while intoxicated on godflesh mushrooms. For that, a priestess cursed him, to live forever as a beast and alone. All curses can be broken, he says, but the only words he remembers from that night were love and blood. He has tried countless times to end his life, but the curse always restores him. Geralt then questions Nivellen about the deserted village. Nivellen blames it on the dangers that followed the Battle of Soden and even claims to have seen the Wild Hunt riding nearby. While he fears these are signs of the world's end, Geralt dismisses the notion. Their talk is interrupted by scratching sounds from above, which Nivellen insists come from his cat, Verena, though both Geralt and Ciri remain unconvinced.
How about the show?
Kaer is held prisoner at Aretuza.
Inquisitor or executioner?
When all other methods fail, Tissaia makes one final attempt to break his silence. But Kaer remains defiant, proclaiming that the white flame will cleanse them all. Tissaia demands to know Nilfgaard's true intentions. When he refuses to speak, she uses her power to push him to the brink of breaking.
And then you will know what a scream can really...
Fringilla, weakened and low on chaos, manages to conjure a meager meal, leaving Yennefer unimpressed. Realizing Nilfgaard's forces have lost and are retreating,
You're on the run.
Fringilla warns her that Soden was only the beginning of many battles to come. Yennefer knows the white flame will not look kindly on failure, and Fringilla makes it clear she plans to offer Yennefer as a sacrifice.
At least conjure me up some decent food.
Is this what you do to keep yourself entertained?
Later that night, Nivellen recalls a play he once saw in Oxenford as a boy, The Fall of the Elders, a tragic love story between an elven warrior and a human.
It's beautiful.
The tale stirs painful memories for Ciri, reminding her of Mousesack. She admits she sometimes forgets he's gone and wishes she could turn back time to save everyone. Curious, she asks Nivellen what it's like to live in such crushing loneliness.
Can I come with you?
Being alone because of what you are.
Loneliness.
He confesses it eats away at him every day. Over the years, he's tried countless ways to lift the curse, offering treasures to women in hopes of finding true love, but nothing worked. Ciri gently suggests that maybe he just hasn't met the right person, remembering Mousesack's story of the hedgehog man who was cured by love.
I know what I really am.
Nivellen disagrees, calling himself unworthy, and reveals a painful truth. On the night he was cursed, he accidentally killed all his servants, unaware of his new strength. He's convinced he deserves his fate.
Good night, Nivellen.
While exploring outside, Geralt notices a trail of footprints in the snow. They lead toward the village, then vanish completely. Later, seeking answers, Geralt challenges Nivellen to a drinking game.
Let's play a drinking game.
They take turns throwing daggers at a portrait of Nivellen's father. Whoever misses must drink and reveal a truth.
Grandmother before she died.
Geralt keeps missing. Nivellen doesn't miss once.
That's it.
Nivellen asks what changed Geralt after so many years alone.
What changed you?
Geralt admits he once loved someone, Yennefer, but believes she's gone.
Yennefer of Vengerberg.
Elsewhere, Yennefer urges Fringilla to let her go, offering her a chance to walk away and make a new choice. But Fringilla insists her actions serve a greater liberation, defying everything Aretuza taught them. Yennefer calls her a follower, and Fringilla fires back, accusing Yennefer of blindness.
You're blind, Yennefer.
Back at the castle,
But have you told the girl the truth?
Geralt finally lands a perfect throw, only to realize Nivellen has been using enchanted knives to ensure his aim.
I know who you truly are.
When Geralt presses for answers, Nivellen skillfully avoids the truth. A mysterious figure descends soundlessly from the attic, gliding along the wall toward Ciri's bedside. Ciri jolts awake from a nightmare to find Verena watching her.
Who are you?
With pale skin and piercing blue eyes, Verena softly asks if she liked the dress she left.
Nivellen said you're a cat.
I'm different. I'm not you.
Speaking into Ciri's mind, she says she's never met anyone so alone and questions why Ciri travels with the Witcher.
He kills things.
Realizing Nivellen loves her, Ciri stays silent as Verena kisses her hand and disappears into the shadows. The next day, Geralt rides to the village and discovers the bodies of a merchant and two women. The same vanishing footprints confirm his suspicion. A Bruxa is near.
It flies.
Racing back to the castle,
There's a Bruxer in the house.
Geralt wakes Ciri, warning her to be ready to run. Following a low, rhythmic purr, he finds Verena feeding on Nivellen. He breaks down the door, but her piercing scream throws him against the wall before she escapes to the attic. Geralt forces her down and a brutal fight erupts. She launches herself at him, transforming midair, but Geralt meets her with steel. A precise strike brings her crashing to the ground in her human form. Ciri rushes to her side, but Verena grabs her, holding her hostage. Nivellen, torn between guilt and love, stabs Verena, freeing Ciri. As Verena collapses, she whispers that if she can't have Nivellen, no one will. Geralt steps forward and ends it with one swift blow. With Verena's death, Nivellen's curse finally lifts, restoring him to human form. He recounts how he found her wounded and starving, and how she chose to stay despite his monstrous appearance.
She wasn't scared of me.
To keep her alive, he let her feed on him.
I let her feed on me.
But her hunger grew beyond control.
Turned my eyes away from what she did.
Nivellen admits he turned a blind eye to her crimes, not out of loyalty to Nilfgaard, but because of his own guilt for assaulting the priestess that cursed him.
I beg you.
He begs Geralt to end his life, but Geralt and Ciri refuse, leaving him to live with what he's done. As they ride away, Geralt warns Ciri that when he tells her to run,
You run.
she must not hesitate. Ciri admits something inside her feels dangerous, that everywhere she goes, death seems to follow. She's afraid of what she might become. Geralt tells her that fear is like an illness. If left unchecked, it grows and consumes everything. The only way to stop it is to face it head-on. Meanwhile, as Fringilla and Nilfgaard's forces prepare to break camp, their men are suddenly ambushed by a flurry of spears, leaving only Yennefer and Fringilla standing. Yennefer dreams of a peaceful life with Geralt and their unborn child. The scene is warm and bright, until the baby's basket suddenly bursts into flames. A hooded figure in a crimson cloak emerges from the shadows, taking the child.
She's ours.
She jolts awake, gasping,
Wake up.
only to realize she and Fringilla have been captured by Filavandrel and his elven warriors.
The soldiers that you killed were also... They look like Aretusa.
Better lost to history.
The elves bring the captives to Francesca, their new leader. When Fringilla attempts diplomacy, Francesca silences her with a spell and questions why they should be kept alive.
Promise to grant you...
Filavandrel believes they may prove useful, but Francesca is unconvinced, brushing aside Yennefer's claim of elven blood.
Do you honor our elders?
She declares she's guided by a white-robed one, who visits her in dreams and orders that, once their purpose is fulfilled,
We ship their heads back to Aretusa as a...
Yennefer and Fringilla's heads will be sent to Aretusa as a declaration of elven strength.
We're nearly there.
Far away, Geralt and Ciri arrive at Kaer Morhen seeking sanctuary.
This is your home.
We thought you got lost.
Geralt reunites with his Witcher brothers, Lambert, Cohen, and Vesemir. Over drinks, Lambert tells a story of a farmer who hired him to slay a Mora, only for Lambert to discover the creature was a cover for an affair between the farmer's wife and a field hand. Laughter fills the hall as Vesemir raises a toast to another winter together.
To the brothers.
Who's ready?
Eskel arrives, bloodied but alive after battling a Leshy for 6 hours.
Took a hand though.
Though he severed its hand, the encounter left him wounded by its roots. Vesemir reminds him only fire through the heart can kill such a creature and questions why he took so long. When Ciri lets out a small laugh, Eskel turns to her with curiosity and asks who she is.
Princess Cirilla of Sintra.
I told you, big mistake.
Later, Vesemir confronts Geralt for bringing Ciri to Kaer Morhen, warning him that claiming her through the law of surprise was a dangerous move. Geralt insists he brought her for protection, and to learn the truth of what she is. Vesemir cautions him that Witchers have never fared well when caught in the webs of kings and queens.
I know that already.
Meanwhile, Ciri searches for a room only for Eskel to bluntly remind her, this isn't a castle. All the rooms are dumps.
She was wrong.
Back among the elves, Yennefer questions Fringilla about her nightmare, guessing it involved a robed figure. Fringilla nods, it was black.
I've dreamt of one in red.
Yennefer's was red. Francesca's was white. Realizing this connection, Yennefer quietly suggests they might be able to use it to their advantage. Filavandrel, Francesca, and Gage gather by a fire as Gage grumbles about their scarce food. Filavandrel mentions others in Temeria and Redania may be faring better, but Francesca refuses to bow to humans. She vows to reclaim Dol Blathana, believing the white-robed Ithlin in her visions is leading them toward a new elven future.
I've never heard it sung with words.
Yennefer and Fringilla attempt to persuade Filavandrel to hear them out, asking if he still leads as the songs say. He explains he lost his position after failing against Calanthe. Now the elves follow Francesca, who gave them something stronger than strategy, faith. Fringilla agrees that faith sustains people in the darkest times and reveals that she and Yennefer also dream of robed figures and wish to help. Before Filavandrel can decide, a messenger arrives with news of a discovery.
Close.
At Kaer Morhen, Geralt examines the severed Leshy hand with Ciri in the lab, explaining that Leshies are ancient creatures left over from the conjunction of the spheres.
Yeah.
Ciri, restless and determined to grow stronger, says she wants to train to kill the Black Knight.
We kill to save lives.
Geralt gently tells her Witchers fight to protect lives, not out of vengeance.
Stay here.
When a sudden disturbance echoes through the keep, he orders her to stay put and goes to investigate. Geralt finds his fellow Witchers throwing a drunken feast with women from down the mountain. Among them is Danica, a woman who once helped him wash wyvern blood from his hair near Dorian.
And he says he's not a father.
She teases him about having a daughter, but Geralt firmly clarifies that Ciri is neither his child nor anyone's to claim. When he confronts Vesemir, the older Witcher explains Eskel brought the women and insists it's harmless. The men are drunk on stramonium and will forget by morning. Unseen from above, Ciri watches tensions rise between Geralt and Eskel.
Just not here. Go to bed.
Meanwhile, Yennefer and Fringilla are led into a temple etched with runes from the conjunction.
Itheline guides me clear the labyrinth.
Francesca shares her dream. She wandered through a maze of fallen elves until Ithlin appeared and led her to a vision of a new elven kingdom.
What are you doing?
Yennefer brushes the dust off the altar, revealing elder speech carved into the stone. Beneath it is an incantation describing a hut with no doors. Fringilla recalls childhood tales of a witch in the woods, while Francesca insists the deathless mother is one of the old gods. As they speak, the altar groans and shifts, opening a hidden passage. Yennefer, Fringilla, and Francesca descend, while Filavandrel and Gage remain behind to guard the entrance. Back at Kaer Morhen, Vesemir shows Ciri the armory, telling her stories of the first Witchers.
Cliff here was one of the first Witchers.
Like Clef, who died facing a demon, and Deglan, his mentor, slain by men within these very halls. His curiosity grows, and he gently asks how she escaped Cintra. She avoids the question, only saying Geralt promised she'd be safe here.
You don't frighten easily.
Geralt said I'd be protected here.
Elsewhere, Eskel shares a moment with one of the women in the laboratory, unaware that a thick, pulsing root has begun to grow from his shoulder.
If you dreamt of Emir,
Yennefer asks Fringilla why she feared her dream of Emir. Fringilla explains she was trapped in darkness, surrounded by unseen figures. After the usurper executed Fergus, she was imprisoned until Emir freed her.
Turn your front to me.
Later, the three reach a hidden hut that shifts, turns, and pulls them inside.
Have you seen Cirilla?
Yeah.
At Kaer Morhen, Vesemir admits he caught Ciri spying on the Witchers and sent her to bed.
Are you sure you're ready for this?
He then asks Geralt if he's truly ready for what lies ahead. Geralt remembers hiding beneath Cintra as it fell, the screams and chaos echoing what he later faced at Kaer Morhen. Vesemir, the last surviving Witcher, once trained a group of orphans to endure the world's cruelty, and Geralt intends to do the same with Ciri. Their conversation ends abruptly as their medallions begin to vibrate in unison, warning of danger. Lambert storms into Ciri's room, ushering the women inside and locking the door for safety as an unseen threat moves through the fortress halls. Inside the hut, Yennefer, Fringilla, and Francesca awaken separately. Each is approached by a robed figure.
hello.
Yennefer's wears red and appears as a young girl. Fringilla's is Emir in black, and Francesca's is Ithlin in white.
Did I save you from the playhouse?
Do you help? Yes.
In truth, they are all facing the deathless mother. She offers Fringilla power and promises Francesca the rebirth of the elven race through the birth of a pure elf.
Reborn with a new sun.
But for Yennefer,
Is it love?
who lost her chaos after using forbidden fire magic at the Battle of Soden Hill,
I want your desperation.
she withholds any offer, letting her despair grow. Meanwhile, Geralt enters the lab and is ambushed by Eskel, who has transformed into a Leshy. Eskel pins Geralt to the wall, but Geralt breaks free with a burning torch. He pleads with Eskel to stop, but the creature has consumed him entirely.
Back here. I don't know what happened.
Vesemir rushes in to help.
Vesemir.
Stay here.
Danica bitterly regrets ever bringing her best girls to a Witcher stronghold and demands the fastest way out. Geralt realizes Eskel has been infected by the Leshy, something once believed impossible. Eskel overpowers Vesemir, but Geralt sets his sword aflame and drives it through Eskel's heart, ending his life despite his hesitation. Vesemir removes Eskel's pendant, assuring Geralt that he made the only choice he could. Yennefer wakes in the forest and reunites with Fringilla, who claims they've been set free and are now allied with Francesca.
It's all right.
She insists the old gods favor an elf-Nilfgaard alliance.
You know that evil witch is no god.
Yennefer, furious and skeptical, calls them fools, warning that what they encountered was no god. But Fringilla, strengthened by faith, refuses to listen. That night, Geralt goes to Ciri's room and embraces her after losing Eskel.
We're safe now.
Come with me.
While the Witchers honor Eskel's memory inside, Geralt takes Ciri outside beneath the cold night sky. He tells her about his own days at Kaer Morhen, how Vesemir warned him the world beyond these walls would never be safe. But the times are changing, they can't hide anymore.
And purpose.
Instead, they must find strength and purpose. Elsewhere, Yennefer tries to summon a portal, but nothing happens. Her chaos is truly gone. Meanwhile, Geralt makes a decision. It's time to begin Ciri's training. Ciri trains while Geralt methodically repairs his armor nearby. But her movements are unsteady, her form rough. After a few failed swings, Geralt calls it for the day, telling her that what she needs now is food and rest. As the training ends, Ciri is suddenly seized by another vision. Though this time, it isn't of the Black Knight.
Between a Witcher and a heap of
That joke's hold us to conjunction.
Tension brews among the Witchers.
Lambert?
Lambert blames Geralt for killing Eskel, but Geralt reminds him that what he ended was no longer their brother.
That wasn't our brother.
Anger, he says, won't bring Eskel back or help find the Leshy responsible. Cohen steps in, urging Lambert to let it go.
You sound just like Vesemir.
Geralt quietly remembers the early days with Eskel at Kaer Morhen. Eskel wanted to quit after hours of grueling training, but Geralt reminded him that peace would only come when there were no monsters left to hunt, and that their mission was far from over. Meanwhile, Vesemir performs a careful autopsy on Eskel's body, trying to uncover how the Leshy infected him.
There must be more tests I can run to track whatever.
But Geralt insists it's time to let Eskel rest.
He deserves the peace.
Elsewhere, Tissaia still grieves for the fallen, especially Yennefer, while Istredd faces the council, questioned about what he discovered at the Nilfgaardian dig site.
Insight into their followers.
He has no answers. Artorias argues they should have acted sooner,
A hunch that's saved.
but Tissaia reminds him she had warned them, though they ignored Vilgefort's instincts.
So we need to search elsewhere.
With the Northern Kings arriving for the memorial, they need answers quickly, yet their prisoner remains silent, his mind protected by a magical barrier. Stregobor warns that the elves' alliance with Nilfgaard could lead to war. Suddenly, Yennefer walks in alive. Tissaia, who had etched the names of the fallen at Soden Hill, feels relief seeing Yennefer's name absent.
You are a hero to me and many.
Yennefer is hailed as a hero, while Artorias weakens, Stregobor grows desperate, and Vilgefortz and Tissaia quietly strengthen their power. Thanks to her alliance with Fringilla, Francesca secures refuge for the elves in Nilfgaard. Filavandrel warns that settling in Cintra will provoke tension, but Francesca accepts the cost for her people's safety. Back at Kaer Morhen, Lambert, always the provocateur,
What did you do then?
pushes Ciri into trying the Witcher training course.
Come on then.
Her first attempt at the pendulum goes poorly, sending her tumbling to the ground.
Are you sure about this?
Geralt and Vesemir carry Eskel's body to a cave to lay him to rest. Vesemir struggles to understand what he might have missed,
How did we miss this?
while Geralt admits the continent itself seems to be changing beneath their feet.
They're here.
As wolves gather to claim Eskel's body, the two Witchers silently leave. At Eretiza, Yennefer tries to warm the bathwater with magic, but nothing happens.
We heard you were back.
Sabrina joins her, heating the water effortlessly before slipping into the pool. Triss lingers at the edge, unwilling to expose her burned scars.
Not today.
You remember Falca?
Meanwhile, Stregobor delivers a lesson about Falca, painting her as a vengeful girl who called for the death of kings after her elven mother was cast aside. He claims she burned cities and murdered nobles to reclaim her power.
That's as a girl forgotten by her family.
Istrid counters, saying Faka was a neglected child seeking her birthright. Stregobor draws parallels between Faka and Yennefer, both part elven, and warns that history tends to repeat itself. He insists he personally witnessed Faka destroy Mirtha and its mages. Istrid remains unconvinced. Triss remembers Soden, the pain, the fire, the moment Yennefer passed by her broken body. She admits she believed Yennefer deserved to live more than anyone else. When Yennefer offers to heal her scars, Triss declines.
I have to find a new way forward.
At Kaer Morhen, Ciri endures the training course again and again. She falls repeatedly, the pendulum knocking her down without mercy. But she doesn't give up. On her final attempt, she clears it, only to be struck by the next obstacle, collapsing and bleeding. Lambert, unimpressed, tells her she belongs in a castle, not on a witcher's course.
You belong in a castle.
That makes 4,000 elves coming in and...
In Nilfgaard, General Hake complains about sheltering 4,000 elves, fearing it will weaken their campaign. Fringilla calmly insists the White Flame always finds a way. She meets Francesca to secure their alliance. Francesca, though grateful for sanctuary, demands to know Nilfgaard's terms.
To bring you here to fight against the people who are...
Fringilla assures her they offer food, shelter, and freedom, not destruction. She promises the elves' ancient knowledge will be valued.
I want a home for my people.
Francesca agrees and makes Fringilla vow to keep that promise.
Yennefer.
Yennefer crosses paths with Vilgefortz, who reminds her politics demands calculated moves. She replies she's staying out of the way at Tissaya's request. While wandering through the keep, Yennefer discovers Kaer in his cell.
My condolences.
She tells him that his death will not come at the mage's hands, because death, she says, must serve a purpose and his would serve none. Kaer reveals that Fringilla once spoke of Yennefer, admitting she envied her back when they were schoolmates. Soon after, Yennefer is restrained in a chair inside a cell. Stregobor, suspicious of her elven blood and her mysterious disappearance after the battle, begins to probe her mind for answers. She confesses to being a prisoner of war, captured by Nilfgaard. Before Stregobor can dig deeper, Tissaya storms in and warns him that he will answer for this.
I'm sorry for Eskel.
Geralt!
At Kaer Morhen, Cohen calls Geralt and Vesemir to witness Ciri on the Witcher training course. Lambert tries to convince her to step down, but she presses on. The Witchers watch closely as she maneuvers through each obstacle. Only to take a hard fall at the end.
So close.
One of our own.
Back at Aretuza, Tissaya brings formal charges against Stregobor, accusing him of treason for his actions against Yennefer. Stregobor defends himself, claiming it's reasonable to suspect someone who survived fire, Nilfgaard, and elven captivity might have been turned.
Is this Vilgefortz talking or you?
Tissaya later tells Yennefer that to prove her innocence, she must kill Kaer. Yennefer recoils, knowing it would only fuel Stregobor's accusations. Tissaya offers another path, reveals she's no threat because she's lost her magic. For a month, Yennefer has searched the continent, trying every remedy to regain it. She turns to Tissaya for guidance, but Tissaya delivers a hard truth: what is lost is lost. Yennefer refuses to accept it.
Because it's all I have left!
Almost had it.
Ciri, still frustrated after failing the course, lashes out at Geralt. He tells her that she can do anything, but doesn't have to. A Witcher can heal with potions and rest. She doesn't have that luxury. She insists she must train, determined to fight real battles, not just straw dummies.
I have known many who wanted to be great.
Geralt reminds her that many who sought greatness ended up dead. When she storms off, he notices her blue sash tucked into a wall crack. Meanwhile, Yennefer prepares to flee Aretuza but is intercepted by Istrid. He says she can trust him if she has a reason to run. He admits lying to the council after witnessing Nilfgaard's followers feel safe under their emperor. Warning that Stregobor's spies are watching, he reveals he's leaving for Cintra to aid migrating elves. His warning lingers.
Come to me.
At Kaer Morhen, Cohen trains Ciri, offering precise tips to improve her form.
Again.
Geralt joins them and asks about the sensation she feels when something is pursuing her. She describes it as a pull, an invisible thread tugging her somewhere. When she follows it, she realizes it leads into the forest. Geralt and Ciri trek into the woods, drawn by a mysterious pull. As they walk, Geralt recalls attending her parents' wedding, where her mother lost control of her power and destroyed the throne room. Ciri inherited that power, though he kept it secret. Their search leads them to the leshy that infected Eskel.
Run!
The leshy is torn apart by a far larger, more dangerous creature. Geralt orders Ciri to run as he fights, but the beast overpowers him. Ciri hides beneath a rocky outcrop but is cornered. At the last moment, Geralt lunges in and saving her life. Meanwhile, in Aratiza, Yennefer walks beside Kaer toward his execution. She tells him that his death is meant to cleanse her of suspicion, her path to absolution.
Unless we find our true strength.
We thank the Northern Kingdoms.
At the memorial, Artorias thanks the Northern Kingdoms for their support, honoring the fallen. Vilgefortz speaks of their shared fight for the future of magic in the continent, as Tisea solemnly reads the names of those who perished.
Prevent magic.
Yes, well.
King Foltest and King Vizimir are in attendance, watching Yennefer closely. Foltest distrusts the mages, even as they honor their dead. Kaer is forced to kneel over a stump.
His head!
Vilgefortz hands Yennefer the axe. The crowd watches in tense silence. Instead of executing him, she swings down and slices through his chains. Chaos erupts as the two leap onto a horse and escape into the night.
I'm saving me.
Force you to move beyond the pain.
Geralt continues training Ciri, pushing her to scale mountains, balance across rocks, and run through dense woods. But when Ciri hears a noise, she stumbles, tumbling down a hill. As she tries to recover, a stranger named Triss appears, offering her hand.
I'm going to Kaer.
After healing the cut on Ciri's cheek, Triss is joined by Geralt, and together they return to Kaer Morhen, where Vesemir, Lambert, and Cohen welcome her back.
And already the women are doubling.
Improved, but your manners have not.
Meanwhile, elves are being rounded up by the Northern Kingdoms.
Punishment!
Take your mind off it, Beardell.
Among them is a man named Bairdell, who begs to be let out to relieve himself. The guard coldly refuses, forcing him to humiliate himself.
For the side!
Yennefer and Kaer remain on the run in Oxenfurt.
We must get back to Cintra.
Yennefer reveals that Nilfgaard has allied with the elves under Fringilla's leadership. But when their wanted posters flood the streets, they're forced to hide. King Vizimir narrowly survives a poisoning attempt by two of his advisors. Dijkstra intervenes swiftly, eliminating both threats.
Drink it.
I've known him since I was 12.
He tells Vizimir that the Northern Kingdoms are united in their hatred of elves, but it's no cause for worry. With Calanthe gone, he suggests it's the perfect time to seize Cintra. Ciri later asks how Geralt met Triss.
A princess in trouble, but he saved her anyway.
Triss recalls the time he came to her kingdom to help a troubled princess who nearly killed him, but he saved her anyway. Ciri admires Triss's healing skills and compliments her elegant dress. Triss explains she already knows Kaer Morhen well. Vesemir invited her after hearing how she once helped Geralt. Now she's here to help guide Ciri. Yennefer and Kaer's refuge doesn't last long. A guard attacks them and Yennefer kills him in the struggle. They flee into the sewers where they encounter two elves, Dermain, who is deaf, and Balyin, who threatens Kaer before deciding they can be trusted. The elves reveal they're on their way to meet the Sandpiper, a smuggler who ferries elves to Exantry.
Wait to Cintra and help us. I can assure.
Kaer promises them good land if they return safely to Cintra. Balyin is reluctant but eventually agrees to help.
Alright, come on.
At Kaer Morhen, Geralt tells Triss that Ciri, a child surprise, may have inherited an evolved version of her mother's raw magic. She's shown no signs of chaos, only foresight.
What the leshy had turned Eskel, and this.
He explains how the pull she feels led them to the leshy that turned Eskel, only for an unknown creature to destroy it and attack them. Geralt wonders if a mage sent it.
There is one way to find out.
Triss admits it's possible but reminds him such magic has been banned for centuries. She runs a mutagen test, though results won't come until morning. They share their grief, Triss for Soden, Geralt for Eskel. She admits she speaks the names of the fallen each night to keep their memories alive.
Dagobah.
Stop.
Though Witchers claim to be emotionless, Triss knows better.
Stay with me tonight.
She gently takes Geralt's hand and asks him to stay the night.
I'm sorry.
He quietly declines. Balyen leads Yennefer, Kaer, and Dermain through an abandoned elven aqueduct. Curious about Dermain's missing years, Yennefer asks what happened.
Who did this to you?
He explains that in Gor's Velen, villagers attacked him simply for being an elf. Since the elves sought refuge in Exantry, they've been branded Nilfgaardian agents, hunted and mistreated. Dermain mentions a rumor, an elf carrying a child in Sintra. A spark of hope. He dreams of a quiet life, but his hopes end abruptly. A tentacled creature drags Dermain under, and though Yennefer and Kaer try to help, Balyen abandons them. Yennefer is snatched too, but Kaer pulls her free. As they reach the surface, he realizes Yennefer lost her powers on the battlefield at Soden.
Trained by the best.
Yes, I met your best, and it didn't work.
He tells her everyone serves someone eventually and suggests perhaps her purpose is greater than she knows. Soon they spot Balyen sneaking into a tavern. Inside they confront him for leaving Dermain.
He would have done the same.
The elves explain they must wait for the tavern to empty, then the sandpiper will take them to a boat. And to Yennefer's surprise, the sandpiper turns out to be Jaskier, singing a biting song about Geralt turning his back on him. Meanwhile, Dijkstra plots his next move. His plan to infiltrate Sintra involves sending an elven spy, Dara.
Need to get as much information as possible.
Back at Kaer Morhen, Ciri appears in a bright shirt with a flower in her hair, mirroring Triss's style.
Please tell me you lost a bet.
But when Lambert and Cohen mock her, she runs off in tears.
What happened?
Triss, furious, scolds them, reminding them how they've treated her. Dressing her in rags, keeping her bruised, making her clean up after them. They claim their mutations make them emotionless. Triss snaps that they're not incapable of feeling, they're just choosing to act like fools.
They felt bad you didn't finish your breakfast.
Geralt arrives, carrying breakfast the others felt bad she had missed. Ciri remarks that her grandmother wore dresses yet still fought battles, something Geralt already knew. Triss reports no signs of mutagenic alchemy but has discovered stellacite, the same mineral found in the Leshy that turned Eskel. This links both incidents to the same monolith. Ciri recalls seeing one topple during Nilfgaard's attack on Sintra. As she touches the stellacite, a terrifying vision of death overwhelms her. When she awakens, Geralt and Triss press her for answers. Ciri admits that she screamed when the Black Knight caught her, and that scream shattered the monolith.
It's all right.
The next morning, once the tavern has emptied, Yennefer reunites warmly with Jaskier, greeting him with a hug.
We are hugging. Drink?
She mentions having heard his song and guesses he and Geralt did not part on good terms, which he confirms. She teases him about being the sandpiper and admits she is in hiding.
You're in hiding?
Jaskier reveals he has secret benefactors helping him smuggle elves to safety.
What's in it for you?
When Yennefer asks why he cares, he recounts the raid on Bleobaris. He warns that the elves are only the beginning. Once they're gone, anyone deemed different will be next.
Stand back, stop.
When Kaer arrives, Yennefer insists they must make their way to Sintra.
Well, I mean, it's just like something has...
Meanwhile, Triss visits Geralt, delivering his elixirs as he prepares to investigate the destroyed monolith near Sintra. Geralt admits he cannot be what she wants or deserves but believes he gave her what she needed last night.
You're going to Sintra.
Vesemir learns of Geralt's trip, and though he vowed never to return to Sintra, he is determined to go to protect Ciri. Triss introduces a friend who studies monoliths and portals Geralt to Istrid, who summons a magical barrier, commanding him to stay back.
Gravel, some Tretigor is on board already.
Jaskier creates a distraction so the others can sneak onto the ship.
Excuse me?
A guard demands his papers, but Jaskier begins singing and the man, whose niece adores Jaskier's songs, starts singing along.
You're him.
Impressed, the guard is about to let him pass, but after a few unflattering remarks, Jaskier confronts him.
Till I check your papers.
An altercation ensues when Balyen, seeking to make up for past cowardice, intervenes and strikes the guard but unfortunately struck to demise, allowing the group to slip aboard. Vesemir ventures into the woods and discovers Finud blooming, a plant that grows only where elder blood has been shed. He finds it along Killer Trail and near Ciri's training grounds where she had bled. Elder blood, thought extinct on the continent, was a key ingredient in the original Witcher mutagens, destroyed during Kaer Morhen's sacking. Since then, no new Witchers have been created.
The key to making more witches.
Vesemir concludes that Ciri could be the key to renewing the Witcher Order.
Expect you to do great things, alright?
Jaskier guides the elves and Kaer onto the ship, where Dara thanks him for ensuring their safe passage. On his way back, he asks Yennefer what happened to her. She admits she has lost her magic. Expecting scorn, she is surprised when Jaskier empathizes, explaining that, like her, he fears the day the muses stop speaking to him, leaving him without purpose. Yennefer acknowledges they must find new meaning. Jaskier bids her farewell, but moments after he leaves, a scream echoes across the deck, and Yennefer discovers his lute abandoned on the ground. Lydia visits Rience in his Cintran cell, where he has been imprisoned for 10 years, to inform him of Queen Calanthe's death. His conviction remains unshaken, unless he agrees to Lydia's proposal. His freedom in exchange for hunting down Calanthe's granddaughter. Yennefer misses the last call to board the boat to Cintra in search of Jaskier, who has been captured and restrained to a chair by Rience.
Is anyone there?
He tapped into fire magic, using it as a tool of intimidation.
My name is Geralt of Rivia.
Geralt explains to Istredd that Triss sent him because he needs a monolith expert. He tells him about the Stellacite tower near Cintra that cracked and fell. Since then, new subspecies of monsters have emerged, likely nesting underground for years, which could explain the strange new mutations. On the streets, Yennefer approaches a woman, offering her a chance to make money on her feet instead of her back.
How would you like to make some money on your feet?
She fears Jaskier may be in trouble at the docks and asks the woman to check the garrison for him.
Never look a gift door in the mouth.
On the road to Cintra, Istredd explains that monoliths are meant to be indestructible and wonders what could possibly shatter one.
Did it require? What could possibly do that?
He admits he has never seen Cintra's monolith himself, as Queen Calanthe denied access,
And Nilfgaard did.
though Nilfgaard later allowed it. As they near the collapsed site, two Nilfgaardian guards confront them.
Back on the road! It's alright. Stupid! I am helpful.
Ciri continues her training at Kaer Morhen. Triss finds her and asks if she has given up on her magic lessons already. Ciri explains she is simply confronting her fears and will join Triss for their lesson later. Vesemir presses further, questioning Ciri's elder blood, which according to legend could create Witcher mutagen.
She is a living, breathing girl.
Triss reminds him that Ciri is a girl, not a tool, and any test of her blood will only be carried out with her consent.
Because she wants to.
Yennefer watches helplessly as northern guards drag a girl from her mother. She attempts to use magic but finds her chaos gone. A woman Yennefer hired returns, reporting that no one named Jaskier was at the garrison and advises checking the taverns, where lost men often end up. Meanwhile, Jaskier is tortured by Rience, who uses fire to extract answers while explaining that chaos is drawn from a source. In Rience's case, it is fire, a forbidden source that usually consumes those who draw from it, though he has found a balance.
I don't know anything!
Jaskier insists he knows nothing of Geralt's whereabouts.
Weaknesses!
Fortunately, Yennefer stumbles in, posing as his drunken wife, improvising their escape.
Nothing!
Geralt and Istredd reach the fallen monolith, an impossible sight that stuns Istredd. With no tracks or bones above, Geralt descends down to investigate further.
I have to go down there.
We have to go down.
At Kaer Morhen, Vesemir is impressed by Ciri's rapid progress on the training course.
I need to show you something.
He explains the conjunction of the spheres. When it happened, not only humans, elves, and dwarves arrived, monsters entered the world as well. Long ago, mages tried to use these creatures as weapons, but it ended in disaster. 3 centuries ago, they turned to creating witchers to defend humanity. But after Kaer Morhen's fall, the mutagens needed to make new witchers were lost. Vesemir believes Ciri's elder blood could change everything. With her consent, a vial of her blood will be used to create Witcher mutagen.
Something bad is brewing out there.
Determined, Ciri declares she will be the first of a new generation. Though Vesemir strongly disagrees with her decision.
Because I'm a girl. Let me help heal something for once.
Deep underground, Geralt and Istredd find no signs of life.
All species were separated on different spheres.
Istredd explains that historians believe monoliths are remnants of the conjunction, points of impact where worlds collided. Such a merging required immense energy and conduits to channel it, suggesting that the monoliths themselves may serve as those conduits. Meanwhile, Triss mixes a vial of Ciri's elder blood with enchantments, successfully creating Witcher mutagen.
It worked.
As Vesemir realizes it worked, Triss learns to her dismay that Ciri intends to become a witcher, determined to follow the same dangerous path.
What does he want with him?
Jaskier warns Yennefer that Rience is hunting Geralt and urges her to warn him, but without her magic she cannot. They are approached by 3 men. Yennefer swiftly strikes one and the two split up. The woman from earlier offers Yennefer shelter, but unbeknownst to her, Redanian guards lie in wait, ready to apprehend her. Ciri believes that becoming a witcher might help her uncover a new truth, but Triss urges her to reconsider. She proposes a different method, performing a Dol Durza, roughly translated as the Valley of the Soul, which allows them to explore the deepest layers of Ciri's consciousness and uncover hidden things, including genetic memories.
You bring terror and you bring death.
Triss begins the Dol Durza, and together they traverse not only Ciri's memories but also those of her mother and grandmother. However, when her mother directly interacts with Ciri, Triss grows concerned.
This isn't how it's supposed to work at all.
They move through a door leading to Cintra, where Ciri's mother Pavetta and her father Duny worry about Ciri's safety. Duny fears the prophecy would make her a target. This is the night they die, moments before fleeing on a boat. Pavetta makes eye contact with Ciri again, startling Triss, who pulls her back from the memory. But Ciri follows a whispering voice calling to her.
It's like it was channeling a massive energy set.
Elsewhere, Istrid recalls a dig in Nazaire where a monolith pulsed with strange vibrations, the same night Cintra fell. At the epicenter of the surge, he explains that monoliths acted as conduits, reactivating and speaking to the original spheres, opening gateways that brought ancient monsters into their plane. When Istrid asks how Geralt discovered the connection, Geralt remains tight-lipped.
A woman.
Yennefer.
Istrid admits he came to Cintra searching for Yennefer, revealing that she is still alive.
Yen's alive.
Within the Dol Durza, Ciri and Triss arrive in a bleak, lifeless realm. There, the elven warrior Lara Doran sits wounded, holding her child. When Triss tries to heal her, Lara seizes her throat, then turns to Ciri, calling her the child of elder blood, the child of wrath. Lara prophesies the world will die in frost and be reborn in elder blood, a seed that burns, not blooms. As the wild hunt appears, Ciri screams for Geralt. They jolt back, shaken.
It's because of you.
Triss warns something is ending and Ciri will stand at its fiery center.
Where did those stellacite fragments go?
Meanwhile, Istrid wonders where the stellacite fragments went and whose voice Geralt heard. Unbeknownst to them, a portal has opened and a Chernobog emerges, flying away. Ciri demands that Vesemir turn her into a witcher immediately. He straps her to a bed, preparing to inject the mutagen, but Geralt intervenes.
What are you doing?
Still, Ciri insists, revealing that all she ever thinks about are consequences.
I want to be like you.
She wants to become a witcher to escape the pain of her past. Geralt explains, however, that no one can forget who they are, not even witchers. Their best chance is to kill the hatred they carry and move on. Istrid returns to his studies, questioning whether the monolith is what Queen Calanthe protected all this time. He begins tracing the royal Cintrian family tree for answers. On the boat approaching Cintra, Kaer awakens from a nightmare. Meanwhile, Fringilla searches for alternatives after learning that guards have begun boarding ships. She keeps Francesca informed so they can act in step, a new experience for both as they've never had partners before. The next ship is due soon, and Francesca wants her people to meet their liberator.
The next ship is due soon.
Kaer attempts to bypass the line into Cintra, but Gage blocks him, insisting he must declare himself as Dara did. Filavandrel intervenes, requesting Kaer's identification, and Fringilla steps in, warmly welcoming him home.
Welcome home.
While tied to a chair, Yennefer hears the deathless mother speaking. She explains that Fringilla and Francesca are thriving and tells Yennefer that to regain her magic, she must recite the incantation, which Yennefer does, portaling away. Outside, Jaskier witnesses it but is caught by guards.
Gentlemen,
All alone in a world that hates.
Yennefer is brought before the deathless mother, who clarifies that she doesn't grant wishes, she only guides Yennefer toward what she seeks.
I deserve access to chaos.
Yennefer demands access to chaos, and the deathless mother reveals that Ciri is the key. To reclaim her power, Yennefer must deliver Ciri to a shattered black door just outside Cintra.
You want to kill yourself trying to become a mutant?
Geralt and Ciri set out to hunt the Chernobog that escaped from the monolith.
Stay here.
While Ciri and Roach stay on land, Geralt swims through the river to gain the upper hand. The beast swoops down from the sky, attacking Geralt first, then striking Roach and knocking Ciri to the ground. At Kaer Morhen, Vesemir regrets agreeing to Ciri's deal, and Triss admits underestimating the danger. Their talk ends abruptly when they sense Rience intruding.
What's wrong? Who's here?
How? He strikes, causing chaos. On the battlefield, Roach lies mortally wounded.
Easy, girl.
Geralt, heartbroken, puts her out of her misery. Determined to avenge her, he and Ciri set a trap for the beast. Ciri climbs atop a rock to lure it in. Just as the Chernobog closes in, Geralt strikes from behind. Elsewhere, Fringilla watches Francesca revive a wilted flower in the garden.
Never seen a spell like it.
Francesca recalls picking flowers with her mother and secretly learning magic to keep them alive. When her father tried to punish her, her brother intervened, and she took control of her destiny, earning a statue in her honor. At Aretuza, she and Fringilla mastered the art of persuasion, skills Francesca suspects Fringilla now uses with Kaer. She urges Fringilla to assert control. When Kaer arrives, they shift focus to Cintra's true goal.
It is time to return to the real reason that...
Finding Ciri, last seen at Soden. After the battle, Geralt praises Ciri for her bravery. She admits feeling a strange pull from the Chernobog but insists it didn't mean to hurt her.
The monsters are coming through the monoliths.
She blames herself for the monsters emerging from the monolith and recalls the night the Black Knight and 4 Cintran men cornered her. How fear turned into fury and her scream ended their lives. They arrive at Melitel's temple, a place where graduates become midwives, healers, historians, and sometimes witchers.
Vesemir sent me here when I was about your age.
Geralt trained here when he was Ciri's age.
I have missed you too, Nenneke.
Who are you?
High Priestess Nennik greets them warmly and takes Ciri to her office, offering to guide her in mastering chaos. When Ciri mentions the daughter of chaos, Nennik grows concerned. Knowledge like that is ancient and usually buried for a reason. But Ciri's determination impresses her.
This is Yare.
She introduces Ciri to Jarre, one of her brightest students. Later, Nennik confides in Geralt that no matter what path he chooses, he's in a difficult position. Kingdoms will pursue Ciri for her status and her elder blood. Geralt tells her about the time Ciri has recited Ithlin's prophecies. Nennik believes Ciri is a child of destiny, forever bound to him.
But it's not enough.
If Geralt can find balance, he may stand a chance at guiding her through what's ahead.
Our people have lived in the mountains long enough.
At Cintra, Filavandrel visits Francesca, asking about her preparations.
That is the cost of getting our land back.
She reflects that death is part of reclaiming their home. Filavandrel worries about Kaer's return, but she reassures him it's under control.
I need you to stay by my side.
All she needs, she says, is for him to stand by her and their child. Back at Kaer Morhen, Cohen checks on Vesemir, who is shaken but stable.
What business could one of your kind...
Fire magic is off limits for us.
Triss explains that fire magic is forbidden among mages. Whoever Rience is, he's not working with the Brotherhood. She concludes he must have taken the vial.
This wasn't part of our arrangement.
Meanwhile, Rience tells Lydia he has the vial of Ciri's blood but refuses to hand it over freely. He'll exchange it for a meeting with her employer. She agrees to try, warning him he'll need a skilled crew to infiltrate and escape the temple with Ciri. Istrid seeks out Ellis Codringer and Fen for information.
I take it you are Ellis Codringer.
Codringer already knows who he is and asks if he's working for Stregobor.
Half of Stregobor?
Istrid denies it. He only wants to understand the link between a witcher, a monolith, and a mysterious girl tied to Nilfgaard.
Will this do?
After he pays for their services, Codringer and Fen reveal the girl's identity.
The girl is Cirilla.
Cirilla of Cintra. Jarre takes Ciri to the library, handing her the orbuculum for her studies.
Well, that's a...
He admits he doesn't fully understand its purpose. He's just a historian in training. Unbeknownst to them, Yennefer watches from the shadows, following Ciri until she loses sight of her.
Be with you in a minute, Ciri.
Entering a room, she runs into Geralt. They share a kiss, but Ciri interrupts and Geralt introduces her as his child surprise.
Sorry.
This is Yennefer.
Child surprise.
Elsewhere, Hake thanks Kaer for returning, expressing his distrust of the elves and Fringilla. Kaer notices Filavandrel training Dara and proposes a sparring match.
Perhaps a proper demonstration would help.
Kaer charges, knocking Dara down easily, but Filavandrel places his blade at Kaer's throat in retaliation. Before tensions escalate further, Gage arrives with urgent news. Francesca has gone into labor. Ciri and Yennefer grow closer, sharing quiet moments that reveal pieces of their pasts. Yennefer tells her about unicorns and how she once owned a stuffed one as a child. Geralt teases that unicorns appear only to the pure of heart, questioning how she saw one.
Did you survive? Depending on your definition of luck.
Ciri counters by asking how Yennefer survived Soden. Yennefer replies she was one of the lucky ones. Ciri recalls Geralt calling her powerful. Yennefer admits she's hiding from the Brotherhood, and Ciri reveals she once dreamed of her.
It's alright.
With Fringilla, Filavandrel, and a midwife by her side, Francesca endures labor and brings her baby girl into the world. For a breathless moment the room falls silent, but as Fringilla wraps the child in warmth, a cry pierces the air. The baby is alive. Fringilla steps into the hallway and announces to Gage, Dara, and the waiting elves, a new elf has been born. Late at night, Ciri finds Nennik lighting candles for weary travelers and joins her, lighting one for Mousesack, wishing he had told her the truth about herself.
Mousesack, then he must have loved you.
Reflecting on her grandmother's bravery and prejudice toward elves, Nennik explains that hatred often stems from fear. She tells Ciri her true power lies not only in her elder blood but in breaking the cycle of hatred. When Ciri asks about the orbiculum, Nennik says its meaning is hers to discover. Elsewhere, Fringilla and Kaer watch the elves celebrate the birth of pure blood.
So joyous.
Fringilla shares how it took time to feel free, now giving hope.
Look at you now.
While Kaer wonders how their alliance will change once the elves no longer need Nilfgaard.
I hope.
Geralt and Yennefer reunite, their conversation heavy with unspoken feelings. Yennefer asks why he claimed Ciri and he admits many factors including her.
What kind of trouble?
She recounts encountering Jaskier in Oxenfurt, pursued by a mage controlling fire.
Your heart has been beating fast this whole time.
Her heartbeat quickens as she reveals the wounds she carries, ones that refuse to heal. Meanwhile, Istrt's still with Codringer and Fen, revealing a recurring gene in Cintran bloodlines, Lyshardratharlera, mostly in women.
And when the humans...
Fen reads an ancient passage explaining that when humans spread death and destruction like a plague, the elves forged a warrior to fight back.
Lara Doran.
Dara whispers to Dijkstra's owl that Nilfgaard is searching for Ciri. He remembers the night he helped her escape, and the moment he lost her. Ciri discovers a history book soaked in blood in a hallway and follows the trail to find Jarre unconscious.
What happened?
Rience, with the Michelet brothers, traps her in a ring of fire, until Geralt and Yennefer intervene.
It would have saved me a spy mission to Kaer Morhen.
Take Ciri.
Geralt fights the attackers while Ciri and Yennefer lock themselves in a room. As Rience melts through the door, Geralt kills the Michelets. The orbiculum flares, sensing Ciri's magic, and Yennefer teaches her to open a portal.
Repeat after me.
As they escape, Geralt calls for her to stop, but Yennefer insists she can't.
Oh, you did it?
Before departing, Triss tells Vesemir that the vial of Witcher mutagen was stolen by the Fire Mage. Fen reads from a scroll. When the child was born, Lara Doran died, declaring her curse would haunt descendants until the 10th generation, returning when time and space tremble. Codringer concludes Calanthe hid her elven heritage, a generational weapon, Istrid mutters. As Triss returns to Tissaia, she reveals a chilling truth. One drop of Ciri's blood could reshape, or destroy, the world.
Redanian crowns.
These men were after Ciri.
Geralt discovers Redanian crowns on the bodies of the Michelet brothers and apologizes to Nennik for the chaos, explaining that they were after Ciri, whom he now must find. Nennik tends his wounds and asks how Ciri managed to break the orbiculum. She warns that the girl needs more guidance than he alone can provide, but Geralt refuses to give up. When Nennik offers to help, he instructs her to open a portal. Ciri realizes she has teleported herself and Yennefer to Zola's home.
That was impressive, but no.
The same place she first dreamed of Yennefer, the very day Geralt found her. She hopes Zola and his family fled, only to discover they've been murdered by the Fire Mage.
Nobody knew I was here. Nobody.
Ciri briefly blames herself before considering that Rience might be working for Nilfgaard,
Their nearest outpost.
possibly taking him to their nearest outpost in Cintra. She fantasizes about confronting the Black Knight alone, but Yennefer convinces her to face the danger together.
We must hurry.
Chaos.
At Aretuza, Tissaia gazes out the window as Vilgefortz declares his love, and asks what's wrong. Reluctantly, she tells him they have an unexpected visitor.
We have an unexpected visitor.
Because it's what I would have done.
Hake warns Fringilla that Redania has likely planted a spy, a move he admits he would have made himself. Kaer agrees they must rebuild their army carefully. Noting that half the elves skipped training, Fringilla promises to address them.
I will handle it.
With the White Flame arriving tomorrow, Kaer insists on strict order. Any elves refusing to serve will face consequences, earning respect from the generals and the White Flame.
I'm no spy!
They witness Hake push a woman off the castle for attempting to breach the gates to prove his point to Fringilla.
With hopes and dreams, sometimes it takes...
Jaskier sits locked in a cell, singing along with his musical companions, a couple of rats, when Geralt arrives.
Throw away the key! Thank you, thank you.
He takes down the guard and frees Jaskier, embracing him tightly. He needs Jaskier's help to find Ciri and Yennefer.
Have you seen these boots? I mean...
I need your help.
On the road to Cintra, Ciri confides in Yennefer that Geralt is the father she never had,
He's the father I never had.
and that with him, she no longer feels alone.
What was between you and Geralt?
She asks about Yennefer's relationship with Geralt, sensing the longing, regret, hope, and fear that shaped it. Francesca and Filavandrel discuss baby names while Fringilla reports some fighters skipped training.
You'll make sure it never happens again.
Filavandrel explains many never intended to fight for Nilfgaard, though Francesca persuaded them. She insists they must rebuild and grow strong. Grateful for Nilfgaard's refuge in Cintra, they refuse to die in another's war.
Our bond remains strong.
Fringilla notes the hut bargain holds as long as their bond remains strong, while Francesca cherishes family above all.
I thought you'd want to hear the news right away.
The council hears from Dijkstra that a mage's elven baby has been born.
He was currently aligned with our other enemy.
Artorius and Stregobor see a threat, but Tissaia disagrees. Vilgefortz refuses action on rumor alone. Dijkstra warns today's gossip becomes tomorrow's news, citing Triss's return, which Tissaia explains was merely to recover from illness.
As soon as Cirilla disappeared, I knew my chance.
Rience reports his latest failure to Lydia, who reveals her employer hasn't been present for days. She only promised he'd meet him if he brought the girl. Hoping to hasten the process, Rience allows Lydia to run tests on the vial of Witcher mutagen containing Ciri's blood. The ritual, however, leaves Lydia horribly disfigured and scarred.
Beginning to smell like an Nilfgaardian.
Geralt takes Jaskier to a stream to wash up, recounting how Yennefer once saved his life, risking her own. He recalls that after losing her magic, Yennefer was imprisoned but vanished magically after uttering an incantation about a hut, leading him to suspect a connection to the deathless mother. He explains Valith Mayer, a demon feeding on pain. He resolves to journey to Cintra. An axe nearly strikes Jaskier, but it's Yarpen Zygrin and his crew, patrolling for Henselt and protecting convoys. Geralt asks about Lucas Corto, now married and settled in Mahakam.
Lucas Corto got married.
Pay you double with interest once I find some
He borrows a horse from Yarpen, promising to repay double.
Not my usual type.
Meanwhile, Ciri and Yennefer face a new challenge. The bridge over the river has collapsed. For her next lesson, Yennefer teaches Ciri to use her chaos to repair it.
Don't strain. Trust your power to...
Ciri struggles, blood beginning to drip from her eyes as she strains. Yennefer forces her to stop, but Ciri's anger explodes in a scream so powerful that she teleports herself, Yennefer, and the horses to the other side.
Never apologize.
Yennefer tells her never to apologize for her power.
I saw Ciri left Cintra at Soden.
Tissaia confides in Triss that she saw Ciri at Soden, though she didn't know her identity. They were searching for Yennefer. Triss shares what she witnessed during the Dol Durza and asks who else knows. Only they and the other Witchers do.
I need you to tell me everything.
Vilgefortz, having learned the truth from Tissaia, demands every detail. Feeling betrayed, Triss leaves silently.
Consequences will be ours to own.
Ask you to if it wasn't necessary!
Tissaia blames him for ignoring her warnings, while Vilgefortz sees an opportunity. If Ciri falls into the wrong hands, she could destroy the world. He has always considered Tissaia his equal, longing to prove his worth beside her.
I don't have much time.
Still at Aretuza, Fringilla turns to her uncle Artorius for help, fearing she may need to leave Nilfgaard quickly. With the White Flame arriving and high expectations, many elves have changed their minds. Blood binds them stronger than duty, she explains, pleading for his support. Artorius admits he should have defended her at the ball. Knowing the Brotherhood needs reinforcement, Fringilla realizes she must plead her case and apologize for overestimating her influence, leaving feeling belittled to reconsider her options. At Sintra, Dara admits his fear, recalling his people's slaughter. Once a spy, he now vows to protect the new elven-born baby, the Elven Hope, sending a message via Dijkstra's owl.
Focus on keeping that Elven Hope alive.
Hake has long doubted Fringilla,
A mage, give us orders.
questioning why the White Flame would allow a mage to command his orders. Kaer insists they are allies, searching for Ciri. Hake replies they will find her once Fringilla's dead weight is removed. Suddenly, all men are paralyzed. Fringilla has enchanted them.
Whenever a lesson like this, what is you?
She unalived the 4 generals at the table, sparing only Kaer, instructing him to deliver word to Emir that the generals were executed for treachery, as she trusts no one above him.
How did it come to this, Kaer? Going back to that dungeon. Put this knife in my own eye.
In Redania, King Vizimir and Dijkstra discuss their next move. With Ciri, they would have the rightful claim to Sintra, making Redania the most powerful kingdom on the continent.
Just say I knows if the girls exist, even from Vilgefortz.
Still, unknown variables remain at Aretuza. Even without Dara, they hold a strong position.
Look, happy to help save her, but...
Jaskier questions what changed in Geralt, prompting him to claim his child Surprise. Geralt explains that ignoring her existence would not have made things better. As for Yennefer, if she has harmed Ciri, Geralt will kill her. Jaskier suggests she may have changed, as people often do when cornered. He also apologizes for their last meeting. Ciri and Yennefer arrive at the collapsed monolith near Sintra. Yennefer warns Ciri that if they are separated, magic is all she has, it is a part of her. But Ciri is not normal, the chaos controls her rather than the reverse. As they approach the shattered black door, Yennefer touches Ciri and tells her to turn back if she is afraid. She apologizes for betraying Ciri and reveals that Geralt is not at Sintra.
I need to turn back. I thought I had to.
Ciri suspects that the mage at the temple knew Yennefer and has been conspiring with him all along. Enraged by this perceived betrayal, Ciri loses control of her powers, causing ripples that crack the ground and shatter nearby sections of the Nilfgaard-occupied Cintran kingdom. Half a dozen Nilfgaardian guards charge at them. Geralt and Jaskier arrive with Yarpen and his crew, cutting down the guards and rescuing Ciri. Geralt draws his blade on Yennefer, who apologizes for her betrayal. He plans to stay behind and confront the deathless mother, while Jaskier takes Ciri back to Kaer Morhen. With the blade at her throat, Yennefer recites the incantation.
Behold the mother of forests, turn you back to the forest.
Meanwhile, inside Nilfgaard's castle, Filavandrel and Francesca discover their child has been unalived in her sleep. The grief that follows allows the deathless mother to escape her prison and take possession of Ciri.
She shouldn't be able to escape. Of pain and desperation.
Ciri awakens in a strange, dreamlike world. Mousesack stands before her, warning that the knighting ceremony has already begun and that her grandmother's dance card is full. Stunned, Ciri reaches out to touch his face, struggling to reconcile this vision with reality.
She's gone mad, you know what?
Meanwhile, in the waking world, her body is under the control of the deathless mother.
Geralt!
At Kaer Morhen, Geralt and Yennefer arrive to confront the threat.
Please, it's not what you think. Let me explain.
Yennefer explains Valith Mayer's nature. The deathless mother feeds on pain, seeking the deepest wound in a person's heart and exploiting it to make them commit unspeakable acts. Yennefer never succumbed because she recognized Ciri's uniqueness. The girl radiates the same spark Yennefer once felt when channeling her chaos, a brilliance that could shape the world. Valith Mayer moves through the fortress with terrifying precision, slaughtering witchers in their sleep with the same blade she wielded years before. She reaches Vesimir's room, poised to strike, but Geralt and Yennefer intercept her.
Vesemir.
Pretending to be Ciri, she slices Geralt's face before fleeing.
That thing ain't Ciri.
Lambert blames Ciri for the deaths, but Cohen reminds him that Valith Mayer is not Ciri. After discovering that Marek also fell victim, Vesemir drinks an elixir and prepares to hunt her.
She has done too much damage.
But Geralt stops him, reminding all witchers that they kill to save lives, not out of fear. Ciri can still be saved, he insists, but they will need Vesemir's aid.
Please, trust me.
Yennefer wakes Jaskier and explains Ciri has been possessed.
Wait, did you say possessed?
Meanwhile, Dara approaches Francesca and Filavandrel, confessing his work for Redania and warning that Ciri is their target. Believing their baby was killed due to the elves' alliance with Nilfgaard, Dara apologizes.
I'm sorry. He told me his target was Nilfgaard.
Francesca forgives him and instructs him to prepare horses.
I need you to gather some horses.
In the lab, Yennefer prepares a potion to extract Valith Mayer from Ciri without harming her.
Active Jasper, provider of warmth.
She finds active Jasper, a source of warmth, energy, and balance, and entrusts it to Jaskier to give Geralt, explaining it can help right wrongs. Back in her dream, Ciri is escorted into the throne room by Mousesack and seated beside her grandmother, Calanthe.
Your granddaughter.
Overwhelmed, she hugs her.
You think me too stout.
Martin approaches and she accepts his invitation to dance, startling her grandmother. Elsewhere, Fringilla informs Kaer that Francesca and Filavandrel have taken elves to avenge their child, planning an attack on Redania.
Francesca and Filavandrel are amongst them.
Kaer realizes Francesca's importance to Fringilla's strategy and suggests they mislead the White Flame by claiming the elven child's death was Redania's doing, securing the elves' loyalty.
The baby gave them hope.
Lambert, Cohen, and the remaining Witchers consume their elixirs and methodically search Kaer Morhen for Ciri. Geralt confronts Valith Mayer in the cafeteria, standing before the medallion tree, with the other Witchers joining shortly after.
I want Ciri back.
It's not a question of price.
He offers himself in exchange for Ciri, but she ignores him.
Yennefer told me to...
With a scream that cracks the medallion tree, she reveals a hidden monolith, shattering it and sending fragments flying toward the Witchers. Two basilisks emerge from a portal, forcing the Witchers into combat, while Vesemir and Erden trap Geralt and Valith Mayer inside a barrier.
She is the future.
Valith Mayer proclaims that Ciri is the future before attacking Geralt. In the chaotic battle, two Witchers fall. Vesemir, driven by rage, tries to strike Ciri, but Geralt shields her. In her dream, Ciri dances blissfully, Mousesack at her side. He muses that a marriage to Martin would produce an exceptional bloodline. Curious, Ciri asks him to reveal more about her own heritage, and he promises he will.
Ciri, do not give in.
Geralt's voice begins to echo through the dream, momentarily disrupting it, just as her parents Pavetta and Duny appear.
Stay strong, Ciri.
I don't know what could be wrong with him.
Francesca leads a small army into Redania, accompanied by Filavandrel, Gage, and Dara, unaliving Redanian babies along their path, in revenge for her dead child. Another basilisk bursts from the portal, charging Geralt and pushing him onto the bridge. He fights with all his strength. Vesemir manages to stab her, but she heals almost instantly. Thankfully, Lambert, Cohen, and the other Witchers defeat the remaining basilisks.
Is the pain she needs.
Geralt realizes Valith Mayer draws strength from the surrounding hate and pain. He urges Ciri to hear his voice and seize control of her powers. In the dream, Ciri feels tethered to the real world, the love of her friends and family, and her own inner strength.
Believe in you.
Slowly, she begins to fight back for herself, her friends, and the continent.
Stay with us.
She runs into the arms of her parents, Pavetta and Duny, feeling their unwavering love and safety. Yet Geralt's voice distorts the dream. Valith Mayer struggles for control, but without her hut, she must inhabit a vessel in their world. Acting quickly, Yennefer slits her wrists, summoning Valith Mayer into herself. Ciri's dream shatters. The throne room, her parents, even Mousesack, All vanish as the deathless mother is pulled from her body and into Yennefer.
I have to go home.
Ciri awakens, freed, but the danger is far from over. Geralt explains that to trap Valith Mayer once and for all, they must open a portal through the monolith. Together, Ciri, Geralt, and Yennefer are pulled into the deathless mother's home world, facing the full might of her power. She joins the ranks of the Wild Hunt, charging at them with unstoppable force.
Child of the Elder Blood.
But Ciri summons her strength and drags them all back through the portal, narrowly escaping. Back in their world, Yennefer is restored, her chaos flowing once more, allowing her to heal Cohen's wounds.
Just one big happy family, eh?
Vesemir begins preparing supplies to rebuild Kaer Morhen, but Geralt knows he must leave with Ciri. Between the Wild Hunt, the demon, and the eyes of mages and royals alike, she is marked for a destiny shadowed in darkness. At Aretuza, Tissaia tells the council that Ciri lives with a witcher. Foltest fears Vesemir may marry her for Cintra, Meve worries about the chaos, and the council issues a bounty on Ciri and her protectors.
Welcome to the Brotherhood.
Nonetheless, in an auspicious place.
Rience and Lydia, whose face was disfigured by Ciri's blood potion, meet with her employer, plotting their next move to capture the girl. Meanwhile, the elves take refuge in the woods. Gage wishes to return to Cintra before Redania reacts, while Francesca seeks justice, not vengeance.
She is why Nilfgaard attacked Soden.
Istrid is captured by the elves and reveals Ciri's true identity. Hennikir, bearer of Elder Blood.
She's one of you.
He's saying she could save us.
Word of her survival spreads quickly.
Word is out about the girl.
Philippa, returning to human form from her owl guise, informs Dijkstra, who instructs her to retrieve Jaskier. Time has come for him to repay a long-held debt. Geralt acknowledges that Yennefer's sacrifice for Ciri has restored her magic. Though he cannot forgive all her choices, he knows she is essential to training Ciri to control her power. The Witcher recalls Valentratemirtha's words. He and Yennefer are destined for each other, but destiny alone is never enough. Ciri is the missing element, the purpose that binds them. Together, the trio stands on the bridge, sharing a moment of fragile peace. Ciri admits her exhaustion from the darkness, and Geralt promises to guide her along her destiny, finally understanding that the deathless mother simply sought to return home. Yet how Nilfgaard learned of Ciri before anyone else remains a mystery.
His Highness!
Emperor Emir, the White Flame, arrives in Cintra. Fringilla and Kaer explain the elves follow Nilfgaard's orders, including pursuing Ciri.
I'm the one who ordered the death.
Emir, already aware of their actions and having ordered Francesca's baby's death to find his daughter, reveals he is Duny, Ciri's father, and orders their arrest.
Take them away.
Thanks for watching. For those interested in learning how I create these movie recaps, you'll find a step-by-step masterclass link in the description. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't, let us know where you're watching from and share your thoughts in the comments. We truly appreciate your support, dear friend. Feel free to click on the next video. Thank you.